Oh my gosh.
Hello everybody and good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You look so tired.
I am tired.
And annoyed.
Well, I could be annoyed.
Yeah.
It's very,
With me?
Very possible.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, to give you guys some context, we're in the middle of sort of a debate over Little Man's room. And there's an item that comes in several different forms. So right now we're having like this debate over which...
Super vague about it.
Right, because we're not giving any themes away.
Right, exactly.
You know, and we've added so many different things on our registry to throw people off, you know?
Yeah.
So there's an item that comes in like all these different forms. So we are sitting here kind of, I wouldn't say it was a heated debate, but we're definitely debating on which one to get.
Yeah.
And it's really funny because we both have really valid arguments to support which one we want. It looks like we're going to have to put a name in a hat. Not a name, but like a defining factor in a hat and pick it to see which one we're going to go with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the reasons, I guess, behind this issue is that although we agreed on a theme, our visions of how the room should look are vastly different. So this is like one of the big reasons why we're even having this debate is because we see the room to be two different ways.
You know, I see the room the way it's set up now. I'm like totally fine with. So I think, you know, I mean, I've definitely caved. You know, no TV.
No TV.
You know, definitely like given in on a few of the staples that I thought would be in there, mostly for, you know, for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a huge thing. So like, what do you guys do? And are both parents normally like this into the room? Because I've seen it differently, like on some of the different, you know, vlogs that I watch, or just, you know, people I follow, or TV. It seems like one parent is really, you know, hyper focused on the design of the room, and the other parent is like, oh, okay. And we have really like strong personalities when it comes to. I'm just glad we decided on a theme, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, because I was kind of worried.
Were you?
Yeah, you know, because we had so many different ideas.
We did.
I mean, we could talk about themes we're not using.
But then people could narrow it down to themes
they really
we are
could.
using.
But yeah, it's been really interesting with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't regret it. It's been interesting.
This is real life, folks.
Yeah.
Sometimes you debate.
Sometimes you do.
Yeah.
You know what's important, though, is that I think our debates are pretty healthy. You know, obviously, I don't believe that we're, you know, mean to each other or, like, horrible or say, like, terrible things. You know, if we get into an argument, you know, we've never attacked each other or thrown, you know, cans of creamed corn at each other.
No.
Or anything like that. Like, we have had, you know, discussions that definitely reach a more heightened level, but not like not anything you'd see like super dramatic on TV. I love when we used to talk in the beginning, like in front of everyone. Like, remember we used to talk in front of Lisa? You'd be like, okay, guys, and making it awkward.
Yeah.
Because we would like do that bickering thing.
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't really think we were bickering. I don't know.
Some of that was like play bickering, but it still made people nervous.
Right.
But now I think they know like when we're playing and when we're not.
Right, because I think in the beginning we were definitely really vocal about things. And so were you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we got this in the mail today.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Look at this card.
'Cause I'm a space cat.
Eating pizza and tacos.
Watching you shower.
For over an hour.
Space cat. Space cat.
Anyways.
So who's it from?
Let's see. It's from Kelly and Jen. And what do they say?
Kelly from Claire?
Mm-hmm.
You said? What's her last name?
Kelly Kraus.
Kelly Kraus?
And Jen Kinberg.
I went to school with a Kelly Kraus.
Well, let me read this real quick. Oh. She first stumbled on your videos, and she heard your very recognizable voice.
Oh my God, is it Kelly?
She didn't even see the video, and she announced she went to school with you.
Oh my gosh, Kelly!
Sure enough, it was you, yeah.
Kelly, that's awesome!
Her sister and her wanted to send us a few things. They're starting their own crafting business in the near future. She says, we hope your little one stays snug in his blankie.
Okay.
So, I haven't seen a blankie yet, but this was in the box.
Oh my goodness, that is amazing.
That is really cute.
That is so cool.
And look at the side. Like it's constellation and planets.
Okay, that's pretty awesome.
This is really cute.
Did they make that?
I don't think so.
I mean, okay.
No, this was made in China.
Okay, well, it's still cool.
All right, you want to see what's in it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my goodness, what?
yeah.
Kelly!
So let's see.
So what do we got?
That doesn't hurt. I don't know why I said ouch. Okay, we have a corn popper rattle.
Aw.
That's so cute. And this is a digital thermometer pacifier.
Whoa.
So you put it in their mouth and it'll...
Yeah, so if they constantly are not feeling well, you can just check it without being invasive.
This is super cute. It's like a little comfort blanket.
With an
It's
elephant.
got a little silk on the one side.
That is awesome.
I love elephants. A book. I love you through and through.
Oh. And you said it was from Jen also?
Yes.
Because I know I said Kelly a bunch of times.
Kelly and Jen. Yes.
Kelly and Jen.
And then there's a blanket.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. They must have made that then. From their crafting business.
This must be it. Look, oh,
Wow.
to the moon and back. And the back is like a plush material. With
Oh
the
my gosh, look at all those
star imprint.
stars. Okay, they did a fantastic job.
So when you guys start your business, send us a link and we will...
Yeah, absolutely, because that looks amazing.
I love it.
Thank you so much, Jen and Kelly.
Yes, thank you. And the inside of the box is really cute too.
Man, I wonder if I'm friends with Kelly on Facebook.
Well, you better be now.
I should be.
I don't see why you wouldn't be.
Huh.
So yeah, this is a really cute box.
Yeah,
We
thank
will
you so
find
much, you guys.
some sort of use for it. Even if it's like keeping all of his newborn stuff, like if it doesn't fit in the shadow box, we can keep
Little
that stuff in there.
keepsakes, yeah.
'Cause
We
this is
are
a really
very
good box.
savvy when it comes to things. That might be my hoarding that you say I have.
You do have a hoarding issue.
Whatever. I'm not even going to argue with you because I love you so much.
Well, thanks.
And you never argue with a pregnant lady.
That's true.
I have learned my lesson.
I don't know. I think you might have forgot that a little bit earlier.
I don't think that I did. Whatever. So we get asked this question a lot. So we're hoping that everyone can send everybody to this video. Because this
Yes.
will be the official video for this.
Yeah.
Okay,
but
so-
we do have so much content. Sometimes it's hard to
It
find.
is. You're right. I'm sure we'll talk about this again in the future.
Yeah.
So the last person to ask this, or most recently, I should say, is Brittany Pate. Can you give us the story of how you ended up with each kitty? Please. Also, how old are they? Good questions. So, we have 3 cats.
We
We
do.
have Katniss, we have Prim, and we have Rue.
Yes.
I'll start the story off. We'll go back and forth. But I think it's important that you guys know that which we've mentioned this before, but Carrie and I first started off with a kitty named Franklin.
Mm-hmm.
We got Franklin from Brittany and Rachel's mom and dad, and we had Franklin for about a year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why we even named him Franklin, but he just looked like a Franklin.
His name at the Parker Ranch was Freaka.
Freaka.
So we kept the essence of, the FR.
That's right.
And, Frank, it really fit him.
Yeah, we called him Frankie. We called him Frank. He was a great cat.
Mm-hmm.
Just a great cat.
Yeah.
He ended up having feline leukemia, and we had to put him down. It was very tough.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to relive that story right now. However, we had to, when we put him down...
He had complications from it. We didn't put him down because of the leukemia, but from the complications.
Yes. Thank you for the clarification.
Yeah, I just wanted people to know that.
We kept him healthy for...
As long as we could.
9 to 10 months, as much as we could do for him.
Mm-hmm.
And we sadly had to say goodbye. And it was tough. But we did it. We stayed in the room with him.
Mm-hmm.
And he took his last breaths with us in there. Yeah. Okay.
So.
Whew, all right. So anyway, a few days later, we were over at our friend Shelly's house, and a cat had followed her home.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very small cat. And, she couldn't keep the cat.
Right.
And she ended up going out of town, and we had to let her dog out. And she kind of had asked us to see if the cat was still around.
Mm-hmm.
Well, turns out the cat was just hanging out in the backyard. So Carrie and I, bleeding hearts is what you would call us, we go back to see what this cat's doing, and the cat was up in a tree.
Mm-hmm.
So right when we were in the backyard sitting down for a minute, just, making sure, Kindle, that was a dog we were letting Kindle go to the bathroom. This cat jumps down out of the tree and comes up to us and just starts looking at us. Now, one of the things that we used to do with Frankie was I would do this, and he would jump up into my arms no matter where he was.
Yeah.
From the table, from the couch, from the floor.
Mm-hmm.
I would do this, and he would just jump right into my arms. So I looked into this cat's eyes, which was Katniss, and I just kept staring at her, and I went, and she jumped up into my arms. Without even skipping a beat, I said, Carrie, we got to get Kindle in the house. We got to go see if there's anything wrong with the cat. Because we couldn't handle, another too soon. We needed to see if the cat was chipped. Could we find the owner, and is there anything wrong with the cat?
Right.
We got to the vet, and, they're looking at us like, what are you doing with another cat? Because you just lost your cat 2 days ago.
Right.
Or 3 days ago. It was very short.
Probably a week at most, a week later.
Yeah, it felt like 2 days, though.
Yeah.
So it was very short to me. It was also on my birthday, by the way.
Was it? I didn't remember that.
Yeah, we were getting my license, remember? We got my license renewed, and we had to do it on my birthday.
Oh, yeah.
It was, I think it was a Thursday. So anyway, it turns out that Katniss was cleared, and her original name was Frances.
Yeah.
We were going to keep this Frankie Frances, but we were kind of afraid that we'd end up calling her Frankie again. We couldn't do that. So
plus the name really didn't suit her.
No, she was too, stubborn and headstrong. Once we got her in this house, she took it over. She was like, this is my domain now.
She...
No, go ahead.
She kind of acted like Frankie for, the first few days.
Yeah.
And then once she, warmed up in the house, she was like, all right, I'm going to do my own thing, and I'm not going to pretend anymore. This is me.
Yep. It's like she knew what she had to do to get in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she wasn't chipped, and we couldn't find
the owner,
anyone in the neighborhood. So, ouch. I just cracked my thumb. So, yeah. And then...
We had found out she was a little under 5 months old by her dental records. Mm-hmm. So, that's why we were kind of like, okay, this 5-month-old kitten, let's just go ahead and take her in. And, and then this is where the story gets a little hazy, because your mom had already been in cahoots with someone because she knew how devastated we were.
Yes.
So you take this one.
It was for your birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we had Katniss, and we were kind of keeping her a secret for a little while just because we didn't want people to think we were crazy for getting another cat as soon as Frankie died.
Speaking of...
Katniss!
Katniss! Katniss kitty cakes!
Hi.
Katniss! Okay, well there she is.
So, we were going out of town on the weekend, and we needed someone to come feed the cat. So I called up my mom, and I was like, Mom, please don't be mad at us, but we need your help this weekend. We got another cat, and we need you to feed her and give her water while we're gone. And she was like, what? I said, yeah, we got another cat. Well, I have to tell you something, Cari.
Yeah, no,
What?
she didn't tell me this. This was just Cari.
Yeah, she told me. Your cousin has a litter of kittens, and I was going to get you one of those kittens. I've already, promised to take one of those kittens. I was like, well, looks like we're going to have 2 cats now because how can you say no to that?
Right.
So I went with my mom, I think once we got back from vacation, and I went with my mom and picked out the cat, which was Prim.
Yep.
And
There she is.
Hi, Primmy.
Primmy! Kitty
She
kitty!
was so tiny.
She was so
She
little.
was so tiny. She could probably fit in the palm of my hand.
She was little.
So little. And I think Meadow went with us, and I picked out Prim, and we brought her home, and Meadow just walked through the door with a little kitten in a basket.
Yeah, so again, I didn't know about this. I had no idea. So this couch that I'm on right now is over here.
Yeah.
So Meadow walks through the door this way.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed she had something in her hand, but I was doing something. And she comes and stands next to me, and there's a cat in a basket.
Mm-hmm.
And Cari wasn't joking. This basket was the basket was bigger than the cat.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm looking at her, and I'm like, what are you doing with another cat? Happy birthday. She just gives me the basket.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh gosh, we already have a cat.
Yeah.
And then I look down at this little kitty, and I'm like, Prim.
She was so sweet.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this cat, we can't hold her now. We've already told you guys this, but she used to sleep up on our shoulders.
Yeah.
I have a picture of Prim where she came up. Remember that when I was laying down that one day? She came up and slept with me underneath the blanket and pulled her head out. Mm-hmm. And it was just me and her laying here. Her head was up here. She was sleeping. She was so cute. And we decided we were going to call her Katniss and Primrose.
Yeah.
And that was it. And we were good. We had 2 great cats. They liked each other. It only took 4 or 5 hours for them to acclimate.
Oh, it took a couple of days. Remember, we kept little Prim in the bathroom.
I thought we kept Rue in the bathroom.
We did do that too, but we kept Prim in the bathroom. I had that giant beach towel on the floor.
I meant once they got out in the room. Yeah, I knew it took a couple of days before we brought her out because she was still too little. What I meant was once they were in the same room together, it only took them a couple hours and they were playing together after that. Yeah, we definitely had to, we did that whole Katniss's scent, Prim's scent, and it really worked well for us.
Yes.
We were really happy.
I will say too, the vet was surprised when we brought Katniss in. Imagine the surprise when I walk in with Prim. They were like, oh my gosh, you guys are crazy.
It's funny because we got to tell the story over and over again. Well, we didn't know it was going to be a present, but it definitely was truly an amazing gift, and amazing for your mom to even think. Yeah. Hey, we got to get these girls another pet because we were pretty devastated with that. It was not good.
No, it was hard losing Frankie.
No. But we, the cat soon, Katniss was basically I was her pet and Cari was Prim's pet. Yeah. They definitely picked people. They got along okay, and we were one happy family until Pokemon Go came out. And one fateful night we were out playing Pokemon. Yeah. And I'm gonna surrender to Cari for a minute because Cari found more than a Pokemon.
Well, I'm a sucker for animals in need.
Mm-hmm.
And we were driving by, and I saw a cat in a parking lot. So I'm like, Tiffany, turn in there. I saw a cat. So
It's like 11 o'clock at night, by the way.
we turn into this parking lot, and there's a cat sitting there, and I get out of the car, and she's... Where is she?
I don't know.
She looks at me and is just meowing at me. Like, meowing for my help, right? So I'm like, come here, kitty, come here. And she comes over to me, but like when I try to pick her up, she tries to run away. So I had to chase her a little bit, but I got her. Right? And I get her in the car. She runs around like a mad cat.
I think she ran out of the window.
She did run out of the
Yeah, I was really
window.
worried about that.
Like,
She hit that window hard.
she did.
Yeah.
But we got her home and we put her in the garage.
Yeah.
And she was skin and bones. Like, obviously, we took her to the vet and
And we noticed her nipples were really swollen.
Yes, her nipples were really swollen.
Yeah, so we thought she was pregnant,
Mm-hmm.
or we didn't know what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, obviously, it was late at night, but the next day, or when we could, we took her to the vet, checked for a microchip. We checked around town to see if anyone was missing a cat.
Yeah, we didn't see any signs.
No one came forward, so we went forward with getting her tested for like leukemia and all those diseases. Like I said, she was skin and bones. She had ear mites. She had dental disease, but she was so sweet. I would go out in the garage and I would sit down on the ground and she would just come curl up into my lap. I wouldn't have to chase her. She wouldn't run away from me. Like, as soon as I sat down, she would come curl up next to me. And so, obviously, I was attached immediately.
I knew at that point that we had 3 cats now.
Yeah. So, once we couldn't find an owner and all the tests came back clear, we brought her in the house. She was so skinny then. And
Oh, gosh.
I don't know what has changed in her, but when we first had her in here, I thought she was missing teeth in the front because of her dental disease and because she had her tongue sticking out all the time.
Yeah.
But her tongue doesn't do that anymore. She doesn't do that anymore.
Mm.
And the vet did say that she had been nursing long enough. They could tell by like the fur being away from the nipples that she had probably weaned her kittens, but she just hadn't lost her milk yet. Just so you guys know, we didn't leave a bunch of kittens out there to die.
Yeah, we actually did go back to see if we could find the kittens.
Yeah.
And we looked for a while. We had no idea where she had come from, but we like walked around and looked around in the bushes and looked everywhere. No one ever asked us what we were doing, now that I think about it.
There goes the cat.
Oh, there they go. So, I think it's also important that we end this story with this.
Yes.
Trying to get all the kitties together to like each other was a huge chore. So
Still is.
It still is. Like, Prim and Rue are pretty good friends. Katniss and Prim are obviously great friends. Mm-hmm. But Katniss and Rue, they're still kind of trying to figure out, who's the matriarch of the cat family here. Mm-hmm. So they both gained some weight. They were eating food left and right. We were running out of food in the bowl. Like, they were eating a giant bowl of food every night.
Yeah.
Finally, we just kept feeding it. Like, our vet had told us that, they're going to go through food like crazy for a while. Just keep putting it in there. Mm-hmm. And we did. And she was right. Within probably 4 or 5 days, they chilled out on the food.
Yeah.
And, now we're good.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even, they don't even go through that much food. They eat, obviously, but not anything like they were.
Right.
So we went into our bathroom, and at first we had Rue at the other end of the bathroom away from the door. So all the cats, Prim and Katniss, just hung out by the door. Mm-hmm. So then we put Rue by the door, and we just made him stay in there. I sat in there for probably an hour and a half with him. And it seemed like I think they just kind of got used to her. They didn't go near her. But once she came out, there was no more fighting, no more arguing. We weren't afraid that they were going to pee all over each other. And Rue decided she was going to sleep on the bed with us, just with Katniss. And I think Katniss kind of looked over at her and was like, fine.
Yeah.
So here we are, one happy family, 3 cats. Never thought that was going to happen.
Yeah. Katniss tolerates Rue, but I don't think that they're great friends.
No.
Rue does like to play with Prim a lot. They play a lot and chase each other a lot, but that's friendly. Sometimes I think when Rue and Katniss are playing, they're not just playing. I think they're like...
I think there's a level of, like, do we cross the line or not here, or did we?
Today, there was a lot of hissing coming from the kitchen, so I had to go nip that in the bud.
Okay. So, Brittany, I hope that answers your question. As far as the ages, you kind of lose track sometimes when it comes to that kind of stuff. But I believe that I actually have no idea how old the cats are. We have an idea of when their birthday is, but...
How many years have we been down here?
Katniss is probably nearing, this summer, she'll be nearing 4, I believe.
That sounds about right.
And then Prim would be...
Right behind her.
Right behind her by a year. And then Rue is about another year behind. So Rue's probably about 2. I would say so, 4, 3, and 2. We're a little bit nervous that we have cats such close ages also. Because sometimes when one cat gets sick...
they all
kind of get sick and they get lonely.
Yeah.
So that's going to be kind of tough, especially with little man growing up, getting attached to the cats. It's going to be pretty tough, but you know what? We're going to give our cats the best life. We have tons of water everywhere around the house. They have like 4 different water dishes to drink out of, and our house is small. But I can definitely say that I will be very shocked if one of them ends up with some sort of kidney disorder because they go to the bathroom so much. The litter box is all pee.
You would know because you clean it.
Yep. But anyway, that's going to end that story. But we're probably going to close the vlog out because we've been talking so long.
We really have.
And you guys are probably like, okay, guys.
That's enough about cats.
That's enough. Time to go. We love you, but
see you
tomorrow.
Go. All right. Well, then I will be right over and we can end things.
So you guys don't know it, but it was still zoomed in.
Yeah.
So when we turned it back on, it was like right up our nose hairs. Yeah.
Got any bugs up there?
Oh, any bats in the cave?
Any bats in the cave? Probably.
I love you.
I love you.
All right, guys, we're gonna head out.
Yes.
Thank you so much for watching.
And thank you for sharing us with your friends.
And we will catch you on the flippity.